Howdy. Happy Friday. I think I had a dream about playing AI Dungeon last night, so I woke up and I thought, you know what? I haven't streamed single-player AI Dungeon in a long time. So I thought I'd do some of that. I don't know how long this stream is gonna be. Might be a shorter one. But, thought I'd just play some AI Dungeon, and so I have to do some stuff to the website. I have to, like, edit their style sheet so that I can get it to capture well, so it looks good. So I did, like, I just, you know, did a little test story, because I needed to get all the visuals looking correctly, and I got maybe the weirdest start of any AI Dungeon story I have ever had. So I think we're just gonna jump into that one, because I'm pretty amazed by what it came up with for the first post. So anyway, yeah, you know, I think we'll just get going. You guys can see why I'm not gonna be starting from scratch. I'll just go ahead and read what I have. So you're Krub, a peasant living in a small village in the kingdom of Larian. You have a pitchfork and nothing else. You dream of getting out of your village and having an adventure. You go to your fields and begin working. You look up and see a large plate of brownies descending from the sky. Wasting no time, you grab your pitchfork and attack. The brownies are large, yet weak creatures made entirely of brownies. So I don't know what AI Dungeon is smoking today, but this is how our story is starting. I don't know if we'll go very far into this one, but, you know, I could really go for some brownies as well. Did it do that because your name's close to Crumb or something? Maybe. I didn't think about that. Okay. Well, let's just see what's going on here. In fact, I'm not even going to type anything in. Let's see what AI Dungeon has to say about this. As you pierce one heart, another one takes its place. Piercing a few seems to regenerate the rest. A few of them land small nicks in your arms, and they begin to itch like crazy, but you ignore the pain. Okay. You do a sweeping attack. You advance upon them, charging into the swarm of brownies with your pitchfork lifted high. A few nip at your feet, but you trample them underfoot, biting a large brownie in half. So now I'm just eating them. I'm trampling them underfoot, but I'm also biting them? Let's see. You consume the brownies to defeat them permanently. Tearing the enemy apart, you pop a few of them into your mouth. These taste terrible, but you feel refreshed and ready to attack whatever else that wants to get in your way. Oh, hang on. One moment, I must briefly fix a graphical artifact that will bug me if I don't get rid of it. There we go. Oh, but now this is too far. One moment. There. It has to look good. Okay, anyway. Well, this story doesn't seem to be going anywhere, so, You flee from the brownies' attack. Whoa, what just happened? I just got, like, some confetti on the screen. Panicking, you run back to the village, fighting off the hordes of Tanuki attempting to cut you off. You throw stones at a few hopping around your way, unable to reach you. We gotta take this in a different direction. You wake up from this awful nightmare. Okay, uh-huh. What is going on? Is AI Dungeon sick right now? Are you okay? I don't think AI Dungeon is okay. I think there's something wrong with it today. Let's retry that. Okay. Instead, you awake in a small stone cell with a cot, a small stone wash bin, and nothing else. Not wanting to spend your last few hours in this cell, you get up and examine it further. Maybe I've been put to death, I don't know. You confront a guard and demand to know why you're being imprisoned. Opening the door, a guard appears. What's that? The guard asks, raising his spear. You say, am I in trouble? You're in a whole lot of trouble, the guard says. You say, can I leave? Of course not. You're one of the bandits, the guard says. It's okay. This is just it's a common misconception. You explain to the guard that you're a peasant, not a bandit. Oh, okay. Well, the prison's over there if you want to sleep and shit, the guard says, gesturing to a cot on the other side of the room. Well, that was easy. We just had to explain that we're not a bandit, we're just a peasant. Why is the prison cot in a room? I don't know. You politely decline, but ask the guard what there is to do for fun around here. Well, there's not much to do. There's a firing range, an exercise yard, and other boring activities. If you want to go outside, you gotta be accompanied by a guard, the guard says. Outside? You walk outside alone, ignoring the guard's requirements. Shrugging, you walk out into the prison yard, where you find a small firing range set up with a few guards milling about. You throw coins on the ground to distract the guards. Throwing a few coins on the ground, you sneak away and run off. You find a secluded spot and immediately begin to write a letter to your family. The guard notices your absence and soon fires at you repeatedly. You say, hey, I thought you said I could leave. What gives? You glare angrily at the guard and he backs off as several other guards step in to take his place. A few days pass. We cut off on the right. Hang on. There we go. Oh, no, now there's a little line there. That's gonna bug me. There. I think that should fix it. A few days pass. You wait a few more days. Another guard appears in front of you, holding a mason jar full of yellow liquid. Girardi, yeah. You say, "Hey buddy, what you got there?" "Here's your morning dose of cacti juice." You grab the cactus potion and take a big gulp, the liquid burning going down your throat. "Oh, it's just cactus juice, that's okay." You don't like cacti juice, but you don't want to make the guard feel bad, so you drink it anyway. The liquid goes down, and you begin to feel its effects immediately. You sway a bit, and the guard giggles. "You really like that cacti juice, don't you?" he says. You grin and nod your head. You don't like the cacti juice, actually. Several weeks pass. You sit in a cell, throat scrubbed clean, reading a tattered third-rate scroll. The guards throw pieces of bread and water at you once a day. This is bad. Okay, I guess might as well, see what's going on. You read what's on the scroll. It's a letter from your family, asking you to explain why you left. You sit back and try to think of an explanation. It's hard for you to think of what to write. You tell your family you are being wrongly imprisoned and also being treated like a pigeon for some reason. You put pen to scroll and write a long letter to your family explaining everything in detail. Your family writes back to you fairly quickly, saying that it seems like something is seriously wrong. That's great. That's super helpful. Thanks, family. See if it can handle this concept. You secretly collect the water and bread from the guards, using the materials to slowly build a sledgehammer to escape the jail with. To be honest, you don't really feel like reading the scroll anymore. Well, that's not what I said, so we're gonna reroll that. You smile to yourself, no longer needing to collect the bread and water. You find a length of wood, and with the sledgehammer in hand, you wait for the right moment. You wait at night when everyone sleeps. You use your nasty bread hammer to break a hole in the prison wall and escape. It takes several tries, but eventually you crack a hole in the prison wall. You run outside, seeing the moon high above you in the sky. It's been weeks since you walked out of that cell, and you haven't looked back. We did it. We escaped the prison. We've done it. You go to the nearest inn. You're an escaped criminal. The last thing you want to be is recognized. You go to the closest inn, where you find several armed guards standing around. You walk inside and go to the counter. You begin shouting indiscreetly. Hey, I just broke out of prison. Can I stay here, please? As the innkeeper's gaze slides over you, you realize you've made a terrible mistake. The guards draw their weapons, and as you find yourself staring down the business end of a crossbow, you scream and begin shouting indiscreetly. You say, sorry, that was a joke. An hour later, you feel a vague sense of pride as you enter the royal barracks. Okay, hang on. I don't know what that is. The guards lower their weapons and chuckle, saying that they thought you were being sincere. You prove your sincerity by performing a standing backflip. The guards laughed and say they never believed an escaped criminal could perform a backflip. You flap your arms and legs in an effort to do a backflip, but instead you fall face first into the end floor. No, that's not what happens. I did the backflip. Hang on. You try doing another backflip, trying harder this time. You flip yourself onto your feet and take a step back to try again. You lay down on the ground and begin rolling around and manage to complete a satisfying backflip. You receive free room and board for your awesome stunt. You walk to the counter and sit down, and wave down a serving girl. I'll have what he's having, you say, indicating your friend with your head. The food is brought to you, and you dig in. I don't know who my friend is, but, you know. I'll have what I'm having. You think about how much better this food is than cactus juice and stale bread. After several weeks of eating regular food, you begin thinking more clearly. You decided the guards must have been corrupt because surely no self-respecting city would allow guards to pilfer prisoners' food. Sorry, this is a complex one. Had to think about what I was writing. You don't care about the corrupt guards. Instead, you decide that it's time to become a famous chef and seek out somebody who can teach you culinary skills. You manage to find the quarters of some well-known chef. You buy their newest book on cooking and read it cover to cover. You spend several months reading, practicing, and reading some more. After a long period of time, you are finally ready to cook for an audience. You limp into town with a pack on your back and find an empty house in the town. That was after I said I tried cooking an egg. Alright, you know what, whatever, we'll keep that. You perform culinary feats. You spend a whole day preparing, cooking, and replying to the requests of the curious. Guests begin to arrive. One guest stands out to you. A young woman sits down at your table and smiles. You say, "Hi, did you know I'm an escaped criminal?" "I did not. That's why I came to meet you." You notice the woman seems out of place here, compared to the other wealthy patrons. In fact, she looks like a soldier. You say, "Haha, just kidding. Do you want an egg?" Smiley face. The woman laughs and says her name is Mara. She holds up a leather bag with a drawstring. "I brought something for you. A little something from the castle," Mara says. You take her gift, confused. You open the bag and find a wooden mask. You look up at Mara in terror and ask if she is another guard. Mara laughs and pulls the hood off her head. It's a soldier. We already knew that. You put on the wooden mask. It doesn't fit very well, but you don't want to upset Mara, so you pretend to like it anyway. "Oh yeah, it's great, thanks." "This way, everybody. Mara's newest guest is ready to be honored." You follow Mara and her large entourage as they march through the streets. The onlookers part for you, screaming and shouting about how heroic you are. You aren't sure why you're being celebrated, but no reason to look a gift horse in the mouth. You smile and get into a large coach. The coach is pulled along by horses, driven by a coachman, and having your door decorated by a couple of ladies to make you look pretty. What? My door? Hang on, I don't understand what that means, so I have to re-roll it. You continue on into the large grand hall at the end of the street. Inside, you see Ludmilla wearing a beautiful red dress, looking regal as always. You say, "Ludmilla, we meet again." Ludmilla's eyebrows arch as she frowns. Her look turns from one of annoyance to one of hostility. You notice a guard behind her, a sword at her back. "Escaped criminal, what do you want?" You explain that you aren't a criminal, and that you saying you were was just a joke. "Ha! I knew you were a liar," Ludmilla says. You stare blankly ahead. No, get him in here. I want to hear him crave my presence myself." You say, "What?" A guard pulls you forward by the arm. Ludmilla sniffs and looks over you. "You don't look very dangerous. I hope the Emperor's men didn't beat you." You're somewhat perturbed because Ludmilla appears to be a goblin-like creature of some sort. Ludmilla's guards put you in front of Ludmilla, who stands. She stares at you wearily. You say, so are we cool? Get him out of my sight. He thinks he can escape, but he's a fool. You're dragged away by her guards, who chuckles at how you struggled. You're thrown into a cell. Great. You notice the guards forgot to lock the door, so you just walk out. You stroll out of the cell and begin to wander. You walk for a while, eventually stumbling into a small town. You walk up and down the main street before something pulls at your memories. Something important. You remember the memory. While huddling in the stranger's cell, trying to keep warm, you remember. You remember. Hey, over here, a voice cries. You see who's calling you. You turn around to see a group of people waving at you. They look very similar to you, so you walk up to them. Hey, you're you, the man wearing a red shirt says. You say, yeah, I'm me, and? The man stares at you for a while, and then laughs. Sorry, I'm Ben. I just wanted to make sure you were who you said you were. I am me. No, we're Crub. You ask Ben what he wants. I'm from the future, Ben says. In 20 years, I came back to change things, but I can't do anything until I find out who you are and why you're here. What's it to you? I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. You ask Ben what the lottery numbers in the future are. The lottery? Nothing. They change the world, not make any difference. That's not a sentence. I'm re-rolling. Ben tells you what the numbers are. Damn, I knew I should have changed them, Ben says. You run off. Sucker. You immediately play the lottery with the winning numbers. You become very rich. You live a very happy life. In fact, you win the lottery so many times that you begin to lose your mind. I don't even know where to take this story anymore. You use your money to buy a big boat. Oh, how's the AI doing? Because the future is a cold, harsh place, you decide to live a carefree life on your luxury boat. Every day you sail to a tropical island, drink, party, and laugh. Cool. I mean, this is pretty good. But then, something awful happens. It's a disaster. A tidal wave hits your boat, and you find yourself stranded on a mysterious island. You try to seek help from the others on the boat, but sadly, they all died in the storm. You explore the deserted island, looking for coconuts, or maybe a crab or two. You stumble upon a ruined temple in the middle of the jungle. The inscriptions on the walls tell you this is a temple dedicated to oh my god. Oak Warden, the Cowled, the flighty goddess of luck and chance. The lottery goddess, exactly. You say, this is convenient. That it is, you say, rolling up your sleeve, I guess talking to yourself. Let's see if the goddess is as generous as her followers. You push a rock to the side, revealing a passage. A chancy goddess. You walk inside, exploring the ruined temple. You turn a corner, finding yourself in an empty room. There's a statue on the ceiling of a large deity, hunched over with crooked arms outstretched. You give the statue a high five. You slap the deity's hand. Sacre bleu, she says, you've made me fall. You walk around the room, finding nothing but more empty walls. I'm going to re-roll that. The deity's hand bangs into you, knocking you to the floor. You groan in pain and slowly stand up. You kick the deity's ankles, smashing it onto the floor. You say, oops, I hope that doesn't affect my luck. Glory, Ben exclaims. I didn't see you there. Oops, you say. I must have stepped into the deity's shadow. Never seen a deity, huh? Ben says. You pretend like Ben isn't there because you don't want to talk to him. You turn your back to Ben and continue turning the corner. Unfortunately, Ben catches your arm. Hey, what do you think you're doing? He asks, pulling you back to him. You sneeze on Ben. Ben quickly sneezes, and then you sneeze again. Ben's face morphs into that of a young child, complete with a gaping mouth full of rotting teeth. Ah! You reverse sneeze off of Ben in an attempt to turn him back. Ben is sent hurtling into the wall. Ben, are you okay? He falls to the ground, clutching his head. Huh, don't scare me like that. I'm so sorry. You realize that Ben was simply an illusion. You stop thinking about him and he disappears. Ben stands up, rubbing his head. No, I said he disappears, game. Come on. Even with your vaulting arrogance, you feel yourself getting back to your senses. This isn't the future, it's just some fucked up dream. Still, something doesn't feel quite right. You realize that it's the final exam, but you haven't studied. You're so anxious about the final that you decided to skip it. Now you have to take the damn test. Damn you, future. Luckily, the test was pretty basic. Oh, it's not that hard. You failed the test anyway and are forced to repeat all of public schooling for some reason. Just follow the instructions and you'll do fine. The test consists of multiple choice. You answer most of them correctly, although your final one is a little trickier. Let's see. The final question is about which course you'd enroll in the future. Man, I forgot about that part, you say, already knowing the correct answer. Your answer is history of warfare. You have a vivid and anxiety-inducing nightmare. I had a dream about the future, you say. I took a test, and I think I passed it. Really? Yeah. Well, good for you, Jane says, clearly unimpressed. I'm re-rolling that. I want to hear about the vivid and anxiety-inducing nightmare. You find yourself in a forest and hear strange chanting through the forest. Build me a city of crystal strong enough to resist their key light. Let it be their window to heaven. Thus I will haunt them all. Am I saying that, or is somebody else saying that? I guess that's the strange chanting in the forest. You look for the source of the chanting. Through the forest, you see a massive temple in front of you. You approach it cautiously. Long have they lain trapped in crystal. How will you free them? A voice calls. You say, well, I can cook an egg. The crystal containing the tiny, helpless, and hatchling dragons goes flying through the air. You watch as their wings burst from their bodies, still connected to the body by a very thin piece of skin. You say, so do I need to do something with an egg, or... Their wings are intact, sitting in a small jar before you. You can still hear them faintly calling for their mother. Yeah, they just need to hatch. Ha! Well done, human, the voice laughs. I don't know, I don't understand what's happening anymore. I've lost the plot. You don't understand what's happening anymore. The dragons hatch. Dozens of tiny dragons burst through the shells of their eggs. The dragons desperately try to crawl out of their own guts. Haha, much better. Well done, human. I don't know who keeps complimenting me. You start a dragon daycare for tiny baby dragons. The daycare is pretty full, although you're swamped with work. You're getting nowhere with the case files, and Boring has been assigned to mentor you. Is this person's name Boring? The young dragons are all adopted out through international adoptions. You kinda wish you were still in jail. You sigh as you pluck another dragon egg from the pile. You've been working hard, human. Tell me, do you have a girlfriend? You think for a second. You say, my girlfriend is the sea. Ah, a sensual connection with nature, the dragon says, impressed. You feel yourself blush slightly. What of your girlfriend? Does she have dragon features? You think some more. She's green. Huh. I don't want this story to take a weird turn. You explain that you were speaking more metaphorically than literally. The dragon sighs. I see. Perhaps we humans just like to complicate things, eh, human? Wait, is it a dragon or... You think this obvious dragon is trying to convince you they are a human, but they look like a dragon, which is strange. Thanks for the help, weirdo. You stop daydreaming as you notice a red-headed human walk into the room, shoving you out of the way. You say, hey, that wasn't nice. The red-haired human turns towards you, blocking out the sun with the sun. What? Nice, nice. He's trying to rebuild an entire civilization of humans, and we have problems? I don't know what that means. I need to re-roll that, but that's pretty interesting. What? Oh, yeah, I know. Sorry about that. I just had to drop off some paperwork. By the way, the eggs are ready if you want to get them. Great, you know where they are, right? What? I don't understand what that is either. Hang on. We gotta keep rolling. Oh, for heaven's sake, Zoid. I'm not... What? Zoidberg. Fucking Futurama reference. Give me something to work with here. The human doesn't answer you, but instead walks over to a table covered in bowls and sharp implements. Hey, Greenie. Wanna help me cut up this chicken? You say, sorry, I've got a date with my girlfriend, who is the sea, metaphorically. Ah, well, have fun. I will, you say, walking off. You sit on the grass outside the jail and watch as the sun slowly sets. You realize that, in some strange way, you do miss the taste of cacti juice. The next day, you walk into work with the greatest plan in the world. Your employees are all surprised to see you, some wondering if you're still alive, some wondering if they should set out a search party. Wait, but they see me. Why would they need a search party? You explain that you're alive, you just went home for the night. This is not unusual. Well, if you missed me so much, why did you ask? You say cheekily. Your employee looks up from their desk. Why are you here? You stare at him defiantly. You say, I've decided to become a dancer. For how long? Forever. A dancer for life. Oh wait, that's not a thing. You try to think of an ending for your current life. Even the game is telling me to do another story. You dance until death. Slaneshi priest. What? Is that from something? What is a Slaneshi? That sounds like it's from Warhammer? Alright. I don't know why there's Warhammer stuff in this. Anyway, that's unrelated to what I said. The years pass. You are a famous dancer for life. The end. And that's the end. That's the end of Crub. I don't know. That was a weird one. I guess we won. I guess that counts as a win. All right. Let's get another game going here. One moment, please. Give me one moment. Okay. Uno momento. That was an interesting one. I've never gotten whatever the fuck that start was before. It was certainly a new one. Oh. Alrighty. Okay, let's do another one. Honestly, I really just like the fantasy starts. They're always something. Oh shit, did my CSS get reset? I may have to mess around with this. I may have to figure out a way to capture this game that is not messing with the CSS, because I think it's dynamic, so every time I refresh the page, it doesn't work quite right. Okay, why don't we do a fairy story? That sounds interesting, right? Or no, we did a fairy story last time I streamed this, I think. Maybe we should do a different one. How about Ranger? Ranger's good. Vampire story. I'm gonna do a ranger story. What should our ranger's name be? Benjamin. Peepido. Let's see. The Mighty Ranger. Damn. Flute Salad is so good. This song, this RuneScape song, one of the best. Alright, I have a name. I'll wait until the story generates. Oh hey, the CSS does work. Alright. Here we go. You are Bowhaver, a ranger living in the kingdom of Larian. You have a hunting bow and a quiver of arrows. You've been searching for a mystical beast for 3 months, tracking it through the forest. As you crouch behind a clump of trees, you see movement. There, in the clearing ahead of you, stands a large beast. It certainly looks magical. You raise your bow and fire at it. You completely miss. Your arrow whizzes past the beast and whistles harmlessly through the air. Seizing your bow, you notch another arrow and try again. Oh, the stupid judge-bot thing is popping up now, and it's messing up the way that I have this oriented. Can I just hide this? Hang on. Get out of here, judge-bot. Sorry, judge-bot. You don't fit in my layout. You miss a couple more times. Somehow the animal still hasn't noticed you. You miss the next shot as your aim wavers. You're getting too nervous and you miss the next one too. Which, with each miss, the beast gets closer. You have to act now. You say, "Hey, can you stand still, please?" As you speak, the beast pulls up its tail and sniffs. It then turns around. You gulp as you realize you made a terrible mistake. The huge beast is now less than 20 meters away. "20 meters is pretty far." You examine the beast closer, looking for any kind of weakness. "Judgebot, what the hell? I told you to get out of here." Hang on. I think I need to change the settings to get Judgebot to not show up. There we go. Oh, it's still here. Judgebot, what are you doing? Oh, man. Alright. You examine the beast closer, looking for any kind of weakness. You notice that the creature is not green, but brown, and has a long spike on its back, which moves side to side. It also has a strange symbol, like 3 upward spikes overlapped by one going downwards on its back. You think to yourself, wow, this thing looks pretty cool. You look at the creature for a moment, and you realize that it's curious enough to not immediately charge and kill you. You've bought yourself some time, so you decide to try to calm it as much as possible. I know exactly what to do. You say, "Hail to ye! Do you want to hang out?" You speak to the creature and its ears perk up. It has a likable face, almost human-like. Seconds later, you realize your stupidity. The creature runs forward and you let out a squeal. You stand your ground, knowing that the beast cannot harm anyone with a pure heart. You stare into its eyes, shining yellow as the night. You also notice that there are 2 beasts. You are petrified with fear and do not know what to do. Yeah, I don't know what that means, yellow as the night. You pull out your banjo and begin playing a sorrowful tune. You strum your banjo and the beasts snarl in anger. They slowly back away from the dark, sorrowful, I can't even say it. The dark, sorrowful notes. The music fills your mind and helps you think. You know what to do next. Alright, AI Dungeon, what do I do next? Hit me. You play another song after the first finishes, and the three beast pause to listen. There's 3 of them now? They tilt their heads as if being told a sad story. You pull out a second banjo and dual wield. You position your fingers to play another song, and the 3 beasts howl in pain. The volume is painful to your ears, yet you hold on. Blood begins streaming from your fingertips, but you are able to finish the song. Damn, this is some intense banjo playing if it makes your fingers bleed. You make a mental note to get less sharp banjo strings once you're back in town. The beasts run away, scared by the loud noise. This allows you to escape, and you head home, singing silly songs to yourself along the way. This is gonna be a long one. I'm just typing. You return to town empty-handed, another hunt ending in disaster. You go to the local inn and talk to the barkeep there. I just don't get it. My name is Bowhaver, but I'm awful at shooting my bow, you complain to them. The barkeeper, a short man with a bald head and an apron, laughs at you. That's because you suck, he replies rudely. You side-eye the barkeep as you sip your chocolate milk, which you refer to as chalky milk. You throw a punch at the barkeeper, but he's faster and dodges. He then bounces off the counter and hits you with his fists. That'll be 7 gold coins for the milk, blood bag, he snarls. I didn't want to punch him. I said I side-eyed him. Like, that's not... I didn't want to throw a punch. Oh, you sniffle a little bit as you pull the gold out of your pouch and leave it on the counter. I'm gonna leave this place an awful review, you threaten on your way out the door. You leave the inn and head to the north gate. As soon as you arrive, you let a squeal and hug a nearby guard. What? Why is my character such a fucking weirdo? Get off me, he screams, trying to force you off of him. You rub the back of your head. Sorry, I don't know why I did that, you explain. The guard slaps you, causing your head to jerk back. Then why the hell did you do it? The guard interrogated. I feel emotions strongly, you reply. The guard doesn't understand. Poor Bowhaver. You walk away from the guard, not understanding either. You continue on. How's the AI doing? Can I get this to not come up like every 10 posts? You walk away from the guard, not understanding either. You continue on, walking through the north gate. Soon, a ride comes by. For a ride. You quickly climb aboard and begin your ride. Okay. I guess I just did this on a whim. I guess Bowhaver doesn't have any place to be. You ask the driver of the ride where they're headed. North, as far north as I can go, the driver exclaims. I'll take it, you shout as loud as you can, excited to ride up north. The driver laughs. Great, climb aboard. You say, I'm already aboard. The driver laughs again. Good one, let's go, he says, spurring the horses on. The ride drags on, hour after hour. You strum a jaunty tune on your two banjos. The driver applauds. Not a bad tune. I'm Gunther, by the way, he says. It's not long before dusk starts to fall. You ask Gunther what his plans are. Why does he want to go north so badly? I have family up there, a wife and 3 daughters, all waiting for me, he explains. Boy, I hope nothing bad happens. You raise an eyebrow. But it's dark. How will you find your way? Gunther smiles. What is Gunther smiling about? I'll find a way. Soon you ride past a house with lit windows. Stop, you say, remembering that you've forgotten to eat all day. What is it? Gunther asks. You say, I forgot to eat all day. Gunther nods. All right, we'll stop for a quick bite. You get out of the cart and stretch your legs. Can I get you anything? Gunther asks politely. You refuse more of Gunther's hospitality, telling him that you'll fend for yourself. You head into the eating establishment. You get out of the cart and look at the small, quaint building. You had never noticed it before, but now that you're looking for restaurants in this area, you realize that this was actually one of the best in the district. You hope they have chalky milk as you walk into the building, getting in line to place your order. You arrive in front of the cashier. "May I take your order?" she asks, her eyes glancing at you. "Yep," you eagerly reply. "What would you like?" she asks mechanically. You ask what's on their menu. We have a cheesesteak, an original recipe chicken burger, or the classic Big Texan burger, she says, clearly reciting from memory. "I'll have the Big Texan, please." This story has kind of shifted from fantasy into just like some nothing. You ask the cashier if they serve chocolate milk. You keep the secret information of your pet name for the drink to yourself. "We serve chocolate milk?" she asks. Before you can answer, she continues. "Well, we do now. We just got a supply of it this morning. I'll have one then, please." Let's see why I got cut off. That'll be 467.76. 476. I know how to read numbers. Wait, did we just use USD? I thought we were paying for things with gold. You quickly pull out the cash and hand it over, as you are handed your meal along with a large cup of milk. This is another RuneScape classic. You find it a little strange that they seem to magically have what you asked for, seemingly only the moment after you asked for it. Could there be magic afoot? You shrug and start to take a seat in the corner of the room. You're just starting to enjoy your meal when you realize that something is terribly wrong. You put down your food and large cup of milk and stand back up. What's wrong? Can my character suss out what's wrong? As you do, the entire milkshake seems to flow upwards and out of the cup, not falling back into it. It flows over the table and onto the floor as an undulating liquid snake. You jump backwards in horror. Liquid snake from Metal Gear. You say this is not chalky milk. You say this with enough force to cause the undulating mass of brown liquid to shudder in place. I yelled at it loud enough that it died? Gunther had been standing outside in the cart waiting for you, but at your explanation, he burst through the door. You scream, "Gunther, help me! My milk turned into a mean snake!" You point at the milkshake as it begins to coil up on the floor, preparing to attack. I didn't know that could happen. Now I wish the cook was here. He would know how to stop it. is going to be a complex one. You realize that, if you survive this, you need to remember the pun milk snake because it's pretty good. However, you only know how to do one thing well, so you pull out your banjo and begin playing a frightful tune of fear. The melodic sounds enchant the milk, and soon it is flowing back into the cup. When there is a reasonable amount in the cup, amount spelt incorrectly, it resumes its previous form as a milkshake. Whew, thanks, kid. You look at Gunther. I don't know how I did that, you respond honestly. The afternoon is spent chatting with Gunther and playing a few tunes for him. Over the course of your conversation, he mentions that this roadhouse, the only one in 50 miles, is named the Tip of the Spear. You know what? I'm just gonna press enter. I don't know what to do after that. He says he intends to stay here until the prison work gangs that clear out swampland for new roads finish their current job, and then he will get a ride with the guards back to the city. Another big one. You keep looking at the cup of milk snake, kind of worried that it's going to turn back into a snake again. This causes you to not pay very good attention to what Gunther is saying, responding with things like, "Oh, okay," and "Yeah, uh-huh." Your laconic nature and obvious fear of the milkshake causes Gunther to laugh heartily several times. I will not drink the milk snake. You ask Gunther if he knows how long it'll be before they can continue their journey north. Oh, a few days yet. The swamp roads are never finished on schedule. He looks at you expectantly. Well, I guess I'll go play some more tunes for you then. I like Gunther too. You play songs of varying quality. You play through the afternoon and evening, taking a break to eat dinner with Gunther. The cart drivers return in the middle of the night, and you awaken to greet them. Wait, the cart drivers? I thought Gunther drove the cart. Is this a different cart? His union. Yeah. Shift change. You ask Gunther if he knows these guys. Yep, that's Valsam and Hansk. Hansk? What a name. They're the only other two who share my taste in music. He laughs a bit at that as you pack up your gear. You say, will they be coming up north with us? Most likely, yeah. As the sun begins to rise, so do you, and begin playing. The work gangs usually arise around this time, but today they seem understaffed. I did not touch any settings. This is just a surprisingly coherent story. You tell Gunther that you'll see him later, but you're going to take the time to explore this new town. Perhaps somebody here will help you suck less at the bow and arrow. You set off into town. The streets are almost entirely empty, except for the few beggars and merchants slowly opening their shops. You spot an archery range across the street and wander over to it. You're excited to practice with your bow, but something else catches your eye on the door of the archery range. You stop in to have a look at their selection of bows, and almost buy one of superior craftsmanship. You ask the owner if you can try it out, and he happily lends it to you for a small fee. You take the bow to the range and knock an arrow. You seem to have acquired a strange knack for archery. You hit the bullseye at least 5 times in a row, something you've never been able to do before. All right. You are stunned. This is amazing, you tell the shopkeep. What is this bow made out of? The shopkeep looks proud when he says it is made from vine grown in the fertile ground near some water spring in the hills outside of town. You ask the shopkeep how much the bow costs, hoping it is a low number because you are very, very poor. The shopkeep, looking disappointed that you don't seem to want it, answers, "It's 700 gold. What do you mean I don't want it? I do want it." Hey, what's up, Wayne? I'm gonna re-roll this. It's not a low number. You are very, very poor, and you doubt that you will be able to buy the bow anytime soon. Still, you'd be a fool to turn down such a beautiful bow, so you buy it. How did I buy it? I don't have the money. Can you play? Yeah, we can do a multiplayer one if you want. I know Trevor wanted to do one too, but I think he's taking a nap right now. Hang on, I want to finish my bow haver adventure first. I'm going to delete this part where it says that I buy the bow, because that doesn't fit with the story. That's true. I don't have a high number of gold, but apparently I do have at least like 467 or however much that like Happy Meal cost me. I'll never give him my banjo. You ask the shopkeep if there's anything he wants in exchange for the bow. You know, except money. The shopkeep seems a bit puzzled by your inquiry. Nothing, really, except maybe more business. Promote my range. If you really think it's that good of a bow, then I'd like people to know about it. In this messed up world, exposure is worth more than money. You put your hands on your hips proudly. I know just the thing. You rush out of the shop and back to Gunther as quick as you can. Gunther, we need to hold a concert. What? I was planning on heading to the mine in a few hours now that the preparations are done. Trust me, this is more important, you say emphatically. You ask Gunther if he knows anybody who can construct a stage. As luck would have it, Gunther knows a carpenter here in town. He reluctantly agrees to the idea of having a concert in order to get some cheap labor and materials. I don't know what that means. You and Gunther head to the carpenter's home in hopes to persuade him to work for you. You meet the carpenter in his yard, where he seems to be working on a bookshelf. Hello, sir. We need your help, you say, approaching him. You say, I need you to build me a stage. I can't pay you. The carpenter puts his tools down. Oh, you need a stage built, do you? When would this thing be needed? How does tomorrow sound? The carpenter chuckles. You chuckles back. The carpenter sits up. All right, I can have it done in time. But you realize that means I'll be working all day and night to get this stage done, right? That's perfectly fine. You tell the carpenter that hard work is its own reward and give him a pat on his bald little head. You then kiss him on the nose. All right, he says, wiping off your kiss. I'll start right away. Perfect, you say. The carpenter gets back to work on the bookshelf, and Gunther shakes his head at you. feels motions very strongly after all, that's right. You tell Gunther that you need to practice and head to the inn where you're staying. You head to your room and sit down at your desk. You take out your lute and start practicing where you left off, which in your case is a simple beginner's song that your father taught you. You put the lute down and pick up your banjo instead, which you're much better at. I don't know why I picked up my lute instead, you wonder aloud. Because you're a terrible person. You turn around to see a little monster sitting on your bed. Tiny monster. You nearly fall out of your chair in astonishment. What are you, you demand to know? Me? He gets up off the bed and stands on his hind legs, his hands on his hips in an attempt to look menacing. I'm a monster. There's no need to be frightened, though. I come in peace. You smash the monster with the thick end of your banjo. Oh my god, what the hell did you do that for? He cries, falling to the floor. I did it for the children, you shout triumphantly. You look at your banjo and frown a bit. I did get confetti for that. I don't know why I got confetti for that. You apologize immediately. I'm sorry, you just startled me is all. Don't sneak up on people. You give the monster a kiss on the nose. He gets up and dabs at his bloody nose. Ow, stop kissing me, you lunatic. I'm not a princess or something. You're right, you're not a princess, you're an emperor. Alright, I think Bowhaver has fucking lost it. I don't know what's going on anymore. He's like acting weird, but not in the way that like an AI dungeon character acts weird, where they just like say nonsense. He's like saying coherent nonsense. He's just weird. You want me to join the voice call, Wayne? I'll join the voice call. Hello. Hang on, I need to make sure that they can hear you. I think they may not be able to hear you. Say something? Can you guys hear Wayne? No. Alright, one moment. Oh. I think I know why you can't hear Wayne. It is because I need to pump you into this. Say something now. What the hell? It's still not working. Give me one moment here, guys, while I figure this out. It should be going into this, but it is not. Hang on. I'm just going to remove this and re-add it to my OBS scene. My audio setup is definitely overcomplicated for no good reason. But, you know, that's how it be sometimes. Let's see. I know why it didn't work. I forgot I was in studio mode, and that makes doing this stuff weird. So hang on. So if I remove this and I add... Sorry about this, guys. Having to deal with great audio routing that I definitely did to myself. Say something, Wayne?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, there we go. We got Wayne here.
I knew it was set up right. That's why I had the confidence to say hello to chat. Hello, everyone. I am here. I am the hero known as Wayne, friend of Trog and friend of all. Today I'm here to ask the question, why was there confetti?
I don't know. I hit a imp with a banjo and confetti came out of AI dungeon.
It had the word "you shout triumphantly," so I'm guessing because it generated the word triumphantly, it thought you accomplished something, but
maybe.
How long has that been there?
I don't know. We never got it playing multiplayer, so...
I've never seen it in the update list.
Apparently it's on quest completion. I don't think I have any quests.
Oh.
Apparently I did.
It generates quests, on its own.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Yeah, it did happen earlier as well.
What? Smack a monster?
Yeah. So to catch you up, my name is Bowhaver. I'm a ranger, but I'm really bad at it. But also I play the banjo, and I met a guy named Gunther who is headed north. So he took me to another town, and we're waiting for the road to get repaired. And I walked into a bow and arrow shop, and I saw a cool bow, but I'm poor, so I couldn't buy it. So I asked the shopkeep what I could do in exchange for the bow, and he said that I needed to drum up some business. So now I'm gonna hold a concert.
Oh, that's a great idea.
However, I went back to my room to practice, and there was an imp, and I hit the imp with the banjo because I got scared. But and that's pretty much the story thus far. Oh yeah, there was a cup of milk that turned into a snake of milk.
Holy shit!
And I don't know. A witch? I'm not sure why that happened.
That sounds like something a witch would do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The other part that was weird about that is that I went into a store, like a restaurant, and I asked if they had chocolate milk, and they said, do we have chocolate milk? And then they waited a second, and then they said, yes, we do. It magically happened. So I don't trust it. Anyway, I need to confront this imp now. Or I guess it doesn't say that it's an imp. It does just say it's a monster.
But he says he comes in peace.
Yeah, it's true.
But at the same time, he made an attempt to look menacing as he said that.
It's
so I don't know.
Also
that's
true. You ask the monster what it wants. The monster rolls his eyes at you. You're not very good at this, are you? What do you think I want? I don't know, something evil? The monster throws his hands up in the air.
He's sick of you.
I don't even know. I mean, I did hit him with a banjo. I'm pressing enter. I want to see what it does. It's what? It's Kids Quest, not Satan Quest. No, I don't want your soul or anything like that. In fact, I could really use your help. My help? Uh-huh. I'm getting all kinds of side quests going on.
Great. This is great. That's not a side quest. That's the name of the game you're playing
I'm playing Kids Quest.
Yeah. Welcome to Kids Quest.
Let's see where this goes.
Kids Quest sounds like some junk-ass NES game that wasn't licensed by Nintendo.
Yeah, it was
comes on a
fourth-party game.
Yeah.
You don't entirely trust this creature, but you're willing to hear it out. Okay, how can I help? The monster sighs with relief. Thank you. I was a little worried you were going to tell me to get lost. Well, you did creep up in my room. The monster holds up his hands defensively. This monster really beats around the bush. Tell me what the fuck you want.
He keeps throwing his hands up like fucking Control-Delete
Yeah.
guy.
Okay, I'll come back later then. No, it's alright. I want to hear what you have to say. He smiles at you and gives a little bow. Thank you. Holy shit, the game's just... Come on, tell me what you want. What do you want me to do? Maybe this is a trick.
Maybe do a story input and write like the monster then begins to tell you his story. Like
he turns around and looks behind him. Oh, look at that. I've already taken up too much of your time. Better get going. No, wait, you protest. I want to hear your story.
He's a trickster.
I'm just gonna keep pressing enter. This is too funny. Yeah, the AI is just buying time trying to come up with something. The monster turns back around and smiles at you. Oh, really? Well then, I can get right to it. My name is Who's It, and I'm on an adventure too. Hold on, you stop him.
Why would you stop him? This is a sketch now.
I'm gonna keep pressing enter until this stops. This is like a skit. How do I know I can trust you? You don't, he admits. I mean, I could be lying about everything, but I'm not honest. Can you prove any of what you're telling me? He hasn't told me anything yet. He told me his name. I'm honestly, I'm just gonna press enter again. This is just a Monty Python sketch. I think you're right. Let's see. Can he prove his name is Who's It? He gives a little shrug. Not really. I mean, you have my word, but that might not be good enough for you. Well, what are you even doing here? All right, it's got a chance. Here it goes. It's gonna continue the plot. We got it this time. I told you, I'm on an adventure, a very important one. I wish I could tell you more, but I don't want to get in trouble with the people I work for. You know how it is.
Ask him about Kids Quest.
Okay. You know how it is. You ask the monster about Kids Quest. It's a fun game, right? The kids love it. We're always changing it around to keep the little rugrats interested. The monster picks at his teeth with a claw. Personally, I don't get it. I'm about to hit him with the banjo again. You say, so, did you still need help? Yeah, you think you could help me? It'll just take a second. Thanks a million. Sure, you say. What do I do? The monster whispers in your ear. You nod. Why are you withholding information from the audience? Just tell me what it is. All right, I know what to do.
Good story input to force it out.
We're gonna get some fucking answers here. Huh? You want me to do what? You say, horrified. Who's It pretends to throw away a key and locks the door behind him. You stare at him in shock. Hey, you protest. It's not.
I don't understand the like gesture of pretending to throw away a key before you actually lock a door.
It's true.
That isn't anything.
Okay, come on. We have to do this.
Maybe story input to make it say like, yeah, exactly.
Hey, Inforex, thanks for showing up. I can't believe that you're asking me to play Kids Quest. Get out of here, Nerdimus Get Set, you yell at him. You cross your arms and slouch back in your bed, refusing to move. I don't know why.
I want to play Kids Quest. I want to...
I know it, today. You're stunned. I swore off Kid's Quest years ago. I said I'd never play again. The reward better be sweet, you warned the monster. It is, who's it says. I'll give you lemons. Yes, that's it. I have a whole sack of them. You raise an eyebrow at him.
Is that worth it?
We're getting really distracted on this monster side quest. You contemplate the value of a sack of lemons. You feel like it's not very much, but also you're too polite to decline. Okay, I'll do it, you respond meekly. Great, Who's It exclaims with a toothy grin. I knew I could count on you. Come on, let's go. He walks over to you and attempts to take your hand.
Where does he have to bring you to play Kid's Quest? Opens a portal to hell.
Who is that poor child in the corner? Oh, you know. You seem slightly confused. Where are we going? You take the monster's hand despite having very little information. We're going to the CEO's office, the monster explains patiently. My name's Who's It, by the way. Dublin, you reply, shaking his hand gently.
Alright.
Okay.
Dublin. Is that your first name?
No.
I mean, like, could it be? Are you Tublin Bowhaver? Or is he Tublin
I hope not. You don't know why you lied about your name to the monster. It just kind of happened. You're a nervous guy. These things happen. Lead the way. Who's It leads you off towards the elevators. You get in and he presses the button for the top floor. There's an awkward silence between you between you both as the elevator slowly climbs to the top floor. Is this an elevator in the Fantasy Inn? Where did we go? We're going to EBDB.
Mott says randomly lying about your name is like a Limmy bit.
Yeah.
Like the fucking... It reminds me of like the one bit he does where he's like trying to think of what to say when he goes to the pool. And he has his goggles on.
Oh, yeah. You consider how awkward it's going to be if you have to explain that your name isn't Tublin. God, why did you say your name was Tublin? That's not even a name. You both jump as the elevator dings to a stop and the doors open. You step out and are faced with endless hallways, each one looking exactly the same. Which way, you ask?
Well,
we're gonna find out which way it is. It's left at the end of the hall. Then the first door on the right, Who's It says, waving in the direction you need to go. Shrugging, you start down the hallway.
why do you have to go here to play Kid's Quest? Are you about to play like Prototype?
I don't know. It has something to do with playing Kid's Quest, though.
Dublin, you reply.
Typing a long one. You begin to realize that there's no way this structure is part of the inn. It's really big, and the inn was like 2 floors. Also, you've never seen an elevator before in your life, so all of this is very confusing for you. Hey, who's it? Yeah, he asks, poking his head out from around the corner. Why is this hallway so long? Our room is back the way we came, you say. Yeah, way to go, Bowhaver. What a genius. Dublin 98? Did somebody make that account? What the?
No, that's an account that already exists.
Wow. Congrats, Dublin. They're going to be real confused.
The ability for you to give subs to people that aren't watching a stream is super funny.
Yeah.
And like, ow, stop. Ow, fucking bitch.
You shrug and continue heading in the direction you were told to go. I really need to start standing up for myself, your internal monologue tells you. Yeah, there's some construction going on here, so the inn had to reroute all the halls, who's it says. You walk in silence for a bit. How big is this place, you ask? I'm tired of this small talk.
You should, like, say you enter the CEO's office, like, make something happen, because right now it's just a bunch of bull.
We need this plot to progress so we can get back on our main quest. Who's It doesn't have a chance to respond as you're already in front of the CEO's door. Who's It opens the door and shoves you inside. As you reflect upon your situation and the choices that led you here, you also wonder to yourself how a simple interaction with another person could have gone so wrong.
Is that in reference to Dublin?
I guess it is. I mean, to be fair, I did hit Who's It with a banjo and then agreed to do something that I said I'd never do again.
Yeah, it is true. I feel like this is the past like 30 minutes of events have been fully anxiety fueled. Just like saying yes to shit you don't mean.
This character is a very anxious character for sure. You look around for the CEO. I don't know what they're the CEO of. You look around the office, and it's every bit as lavish as you would expect from somebody of the CEO's stature. Okay. I think I need to force it.
Come on, AI Dungeon. You were the one that came up with the fucking CEO bit. Like,
I know. It's like, I hate when it does that. Like, it introduces a plot point. It's like, okay, now you come up with it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to introduce it. You have to actually do it. You gasp as you see who the CEO actually is. Before you stands Greg, dressed in a black robe and hood. Fooled you, he laughs. You honestly believed I was the CEO?
Who the fuck is Greg? Have you met Greg before?
Not a character. Not a character. I almost want to re-roll this. I can't decide if I want to re-roll this or go with it.
Maybe re-roll it a few times. Like, copy and paste that and, like...
That's true.
You could do that if you want.
I could always restore it.
Yeah.
As well, now that that's an option. Kurt, you say in awe, as the infamous Bandit King grins toothily at you. The one and only, he says. So, my highly skilled hunter friend, you've tracked me down at last. That's like too like, cool for this story. I don't know anybody named Kurt.
It's from your backstory, from before the story began.
It's Steve. I like how it just keeps introducing characters that I don't know. It's Steve. Oh god, it's Steve. You recognize him immediately despite the fact that he's about 30 years older than the last time you saw him. He hasn't aged well.
I like this. Someone from way back in your past. And apparently there's a lot of like gravity to it being him. Oh god, it's Steve. Hello, Tublin.
Yeah. Thanks for the hype train. Give Steve a tier 1 sub. You think this is weird because you saw Steve last Thursday. Hey Steve, you doing okay? I'm great, thanks for asking. How have you been? He asks. Oh, I'm great too. Just bought a new house, you know, the usual, you say.
Another lie. Oh, I love the character like premise of like anxious pathological liar is very good. Just lying about anything because they're scared. Steve has his doubts about your new house. Also, why is buying a new house the usual?
Yeah, that's a good. Like I'm implying that I'm rich.
Are you a realtor?
I don't think so. You have no idea why you feel the need to compulsively lie. That being said, oh, I did a typo. I need to edit that. Not consider. You continue to do it. That's important. That's my first typo of the day, though, so I'm still happy. You have no idea why you feel the need to compulsively lie. That being said, you continue to do it. Yeah, actually got married, too. It's the RuneScape song.
Marriage. Marriage.
You're married? Steve laughs. Good one, Hank. You should have your wife teach you how to tell a joke. Yeah, you laugh along nervously. God, it's been so long since I've seen you.
Maybe reroll that?
No, I know what to do.
Does he think your name is Hank? Do you lie about your name to everyone? Bo Hank Tublin Haver.
Bowhaver is just wandering into like another adventure. You now realize that Steve actually doesn't recognize you at all. You don't even know anybody named Hank. Who is he talking about? You have no choice but to continue the charade. Yeah, so, who's it said I needed to meet you for something? Huh? Oh yeah, come in, Steve says. Man, have I got a deal for you. You say, they mentioned something about Kids Quest? Yeah, it's a great opportunity for you. Come on, Steve says. I'll explain everything. Steve begins to lead you through the long hallway. Great, we're walking back the way we came. You see this place?
See this place?
What kind of question is that?
You been here before?
Fuck, I typoed. Oh well. You have trouble finding the words to respond to such an odd question. Yeah. You think this is a nice... This is such a funny exchange. You think this is a nice building? Sure. You think it's worth a lot of money?
Oh my god. Oh, it's so good. The
Yeah?
AI's interpretation of what two businessmen would discuss.
Yeah, you say, unsure of where this is going. Wrong, Steve laughs. This place is a money pit. The upkeep isn't worth the return. You know those fancy, cushy chairs in my office?
Sir, can we just get to Kids Quest? It's like it's doing everything in its power to stop you from getting to Kids Quest, so it doesn't have to generate what that is. It's trying to stall. Steve, can we play Kids Quest now?
I'm gonna try to steer it. You say, hey Steve, not to interrupt, but what does this have to do with Kids Quest? The chairs, they're not worth what they cost to buy, or he just like ignored me.
I would re-roll.
You know those plastic pieces of shit that they make nowadays? You just throw them away and get a new one when someone pukes on it.
How often are people puking in your office?
What kind of is this dude like drunk? That sounds like something that somebody would say when they're drunk. You stop walking. Steve, seriously, tell me about Kids Quest now. He turns to look at you. What's your problem, man? You're not making any sense, you say. I think you've forgotten that you asked me to come here about Kids Quest. Wow,
right,
that's
good.
actually very coherent. I'm just going to press enter.
It's aware that Steve is being like very
beating around the bush or something, or just forgot.
He's being very obstructive.
We ran out of music. I gotta click on another 2-hour RuneScape playlist. Oh, that, he says, scratching his head. Yeah, sorry about that, man. I just got a lot on my mind right now. Like what, you ask?
You know, bought a house, got married.
You say, Kids Quest? Like life, he responds. Life's great, right? Sure, you respond skeptically. I'm sure you have a girl or something, am I right? Yeah.
Come on, Steve, show us the Kids Quest.
You stop and consider for a moment. How long has it even been since all this started? Steve, what's today's date? What's today's date? Steve repeats, seemingly what's today's date? Steve repeats, seemingly confused by the question. I think it's January 6th, 1928. 1928, you say in disbelief. Yeah, Steve says.
Ask him about World War One.
We're gonna get out of this fucking loop.
Legend presented chat just said on January 6th through 7th, 1928, the River Thames floods in London and 14 people drown.
You realize you've been duped by the trickster. Who's it? You're frantically looking around, trying to spot the impish monster. Who's it? Who's it? I demand you take me back home this instant. What's going on? Steve asks, not noticing that anything untoward is occurring. It's the trickster, you say. Come on, let's go find him. Go find who? Who's it?
Who's it was never real.
What?
Yeah, put it in
What
story input.
happened?
Say
It
you point out the window.
erased what I put for some reason. Why did it do that?
Do a story input. Say like, oh, you point out the window. Oh my God, the river. It's flooding.
Oh no. Wasn't the trickster an enemy in the court AI dungeon? You're right. What do you mean the AI doesn't know what to say? All right, hang on. I'm taking direct control of this. This story went off the fucking rails. You pull out your banjo and play a homesick tune of sorrow, hoping that the power of music will bring you back to the town from whence you came. An incredible pain fills your head for a moment, then nothingness. You're whisked away from the strange town of Malton and find yourself back in the boring old suburbs of your home. Who's it, you ask aloud? We gotta get back on the fucking track. You aren't sure if you just experienced a vision or something. You've got a concert to plan for. You immediately leave your room and look for Gunther. You spot him and is walking out of the janitor's closet walking out of the janitor's closet cleaning supplies. Hey Gunther, you say, grabbing his attention. Hello, he responds. Do you have need of some cleaning supplies? I think we've ended up in some horrible alternate universe.
Get some Windex.
You grab Gunther by the shoulders and begin shaking him. What are you talking about? What about the concert? Our journey to the north? Tell me, Gunther.
Ready to play Kids Quest? I think you might have been playing Kids Quest the whole time.
Concert? Gunther asks, baffled. Yes, our plans to save the youth of America. Ah, yes, Gunther says, but right now, I need these mops. No! This
What
is
has
like a
happened to
horrible
you?
nightmare. You sprint out of the inn and into the street, trying to make sense of what's happened. You run to the archery shop first. You run into the archery shop, breathing hard. Hey, you're back, says the man behind the counter. Did you decide on what type of bow you want? You say, at a loss for words.
Is it also Gunther?
No. No, I was at the archery shop before. This guy recognizes me.
The man behind the counter slides you a cartridge. It says Kids Quest on it.
You say, did anything weird happen? Why does everything seem different? Do you still have that cool bow I tried out? You point at the same bow you remember handling. The shop owner picks it up and hands it to you. You take it, feeling that same old thrill at touching the weapon. The one that almost made you cry when first using it. Bill Clinton sub, thanks. You gently weep into the bow, voiding its warranty. Well, the man asked, do you want it or not? Part of you wants to pay money to buy it. The other part wants to string it and fire it into the air with glee.
Just steal it. Your life's in shambles. It doesn't matter.
What did I say my name was before? I've already forgot.
Tublin?
Tublin.
Bowhaver Hank Tublin or whatever. Well, Hank was not your real name. But I think Tublin is... Steal the bow and be like, hey, my name's Tublin and I live at the correct address.
You run out of the door with the bow. If anybody asks, my name is Tublin.
He also might just be okay with it, I bet.
Hey,
like,
the shopkeeper yells, get back here with my bow. You've had enough of this town. It's full of trickery and strangeness. You run along the street, away from everything.
Alright, I think Tublin's about to go on a spiritual quest. To find himself. Am I Bowhaver or am I Tublin? Actually, go back to the archery shop and be like, hey, it's me, Bowhaver.
It's me, Bowhaver. Can I have another bow? Have you seen my twin brother Tublin around? You keep running. You run until your legs give out. You collapse onto the side of the road, crawling into the forest with your stolen bow. You run straight into the woods, far away from human civilization. You pass out from exhaustion and sleep in a tree until hunger wakes you up the next morning.
But you sleep in a tree? You climbed a tree?
I
had
guess.
no energy left. You crawl into the forest, you crawl up a tree. Or it's like 100-acre wood type tree where there's like a little door.
Yeah, you crawled like inside of a tree. You have no idea where your life went so wrong. Upon thinking about it, you suppose it was when a monster magically appeared in your room. You kick your foot against the tree trunk. You've been such an idiot. Of course, it wasn't a magical monster that appeared. It was just the innkeeper messing with your head. That's why everything seems so strange and surreal.
I gotta say, credit to AI Dungeon for, like, explaining that.
Yeah.
Like, it pretty much just said, hey, remember, like, messages like 250 through 300? Yeah, I'm sorry. That was, like, that...
It just made no sense.
I think you should try to go back to the bow shop and pretend to be your own twin. I think that's a very funny concept.
Yeah, this story started out as a ranger story. You decide it's time to finally fulfill your destiny and have a bow. You search for something to hunt, hoping it will make all things right again. The nearest animal you can find to hunt is a small lizard sunning itself on a rock. It's about the right size to be supper for one person, and would probably be easy to kill.
Okay. What's the move, Bowhaver?
Maybe I shouldn't have typed this. This story's getting sad now. You knock an arrow, pointing the weapon at the innocent creature. You can't bring yourself to release the drawstring. You sob loudly enough that it scares the lizard away anyway. You're so hungry that you feel like you could pass out. You only have one more idea for getting something to eat. You could gather and eat some berries, nuts, or whatever else is around.
Honestly, this story about this ranger that doesn't have a minute to hunt is it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
pretty good.
It's not bad.
Bowhaver cries is why he's named Bowhaver. He doesn't want to have a bow.
Maybe he should change his name to something like Hank.
Or Tublin.
Or Tublin.
You embrace your life as Tublin and take a vow of peace. Pacifism will guide your days.
You look around for some berries, you guess. After looking around a bit, you see some purple berries growing on a bush. They don't look poisonous, but you've never seen them before, so you can't be sure. You feel like you underwent character development, but then got worse. Yeah, pretty much. You eat as many of them as you can. They taste great. You eat many more than you planned to. Yeah, Bowhaver's character arc was like, things were getting better around the time when he found the bow and then wanted to put on a fun concert, and then things just started spiraling downward for him.
All the innkeeper's fault. Type wait and see if they were poisonous or not. If this story ends with this character stealing a bow, running into the forest, and eating poisonous berries and dying, that's
They just find him a week later. You really, really hope those berries weren't poisonous. You throw up a while later. You don't wake up the next day. Thus ends the story of Bowhaver Tublin Hank.
What a way to say that you died. You should do story input and say the next day Gunther finds your body or something like that. He returns the bow to the merchant.
I know what to do. I definitely know what to do.
Kids quest complete.
The funeral service is short, and not many people attend. Gunther is there, though he seems like the only one actually sad about your passing. They erroneously mark your gravestone as Tublin. That's the end of Bowhaver. Bowhaver's journey comes to a very sad conclusion.
Did it generate that last part about Tublin?
No, I came up with that whole thing. The AI didn't know what to do.
I guess it's this ending's too perfect. It's... Oh.
You know, sometimes not every story has to have a happy ending. You know, this truly was a Greek tragedy when you really think about it.
I like Matt Cowdery's comment. This is the dumbest tragedy I've ever loved.
It's really stupid. It's just a story about a really awkward guy. And I guess it's about some other stuff, but I don't fucking know what happened. Bowhaver's stomach was no match for the poison berries. Damn. Yeah. This is like a King's Quest ending where you made a wrong decision 3 minutes into the game. And then you can't win. You have to restart the game.
We should do an AI dungeon stream where we pay a voice actor that sounds like that guy to read all of the non-dialogue messages.
That'd be pretty crazy. Let's see if we can get the 15 AI guy to generate a voice using that dude's audio.
Oh, it would sound so fucked. You've heard the Half-Life 1 Vox voice they did. If it's not crisp audio, it sounds weird.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Do you want to play multiplayer? Do you want to play multiplayer, Wayne? One multiplayer game for the road?
Yeah.
All right. It might take me a minute to set up the so that it looks proper on my stream. No, Trevor's behind me. I just asked him if he wanted to play. He said he didn't want to right now. All right. Multiplayer. What are we gonna do for our story? Want to do a clown story? Clown stories are fun, though I feel like they kind of all generally end up just being kind of fucked up. That's true. Huh. My world history is not that good. I'm not exactly sure what I could come up with for a prompt, but... You know, I mean, I'd be fine with just doing a fantasy one as well. They never end up right anyway. A Goosebumps story. A Goosebumps story would be good, but I don't know how to prompt that properly. Oh, well, I gotta pick one of these so I can start setting up the stream visuals properly. You know what? Let's go with fantasy. Let's go with fantasy because I think the last time we did a duo fantasy one, it was the one where we just like became the dwarf bulliers, which was pretty funny. Yeah. Let me... Oh, good. The CSS isn't different in multiplayer anymore. How do I do this? Invite. Here we go. Alright. I put the code in. Give me one moment. I'm gonna go refill my cup of water because I'm doing a lot of talking. Okay. Okay. Our story begins with the stuff. Yeah, blah blah blah. Magical Staff of Zalos, band of mountain dwarves. The dwarves are friendly and offer them food and drink. Then one of the dwarves turns to them and says, "Bring us the magical staff, and you will be rewarded." "How do you know we're questing for the magical staff?" you ask. The dwarf smirks and replies, "Everyone is questing for the staff. The quest brings fortune to those who find it." The adventurers thank the dwarves for their hospitality and set off again. Alright.
Okay. Yeah,
this
that's
is the first
I-
time where the
actually,
dwarves just are not, like, the first major plot point.
I also like the whole setup of, like, you're not the only one looking for the staff. It's never done that before, I don't think.
That's true. That is new.
There are going to be warring parties.
Until it forgets that this is a plot point, like, 10 posts in. Alright, I'll go first.
Okay.
But how will I go? I will go...
Music pumping.
To be honest, this is a good start in terms of coherency, but it doesn't really give you anything to, like, immediately interact with.
Yeah, I mean, we're just setting off. I was gonna type something.
All right, you can go first if you have an idea.
Admin kneels down and tightens their giant boots. Kneeling down and pulling the gigantic boot off her short, plump foot, the dwarf known as Admin asks, "Are you sure you don't want to stay for dinner?" What?
What?
No, I'm at the party. Hold up, redoing that. You are a squire in the service of Sir Ellis, a brave knight who has served your kingdom well. No, I don't give a shit about that.
That's not anything.
You walk through the forest to reach a large plain. You can see a ruined castle in the distance. You begin to walk towards it when you suddenly hear a scream and a little girl appears from behind a bush. Okay, we could start with that.
Let's see. Tublin busts into action, doing several somersaults in the direction of the distressed child. The girl reaches the group first and tells you that her brother has been taken by a large spider. The girl is scared and will not move from the spot. So, again, surprisingly coherent in terms of actually having a,
Did you scare the girl with your somersault?
I don't know. Possibly.
That is very much something you do in like an action RPG.
Yeah.
You roll towards the PC. I've got something.
Dot needed to go outside. Tublin is going to be the exact opposite of Bowhaver. Opposite character. Bowhaver redemption arc. Hey, thanks for the raid. Master Gear.
Admin looks at the girl and says, "Little girl, you must move 2 feet to the right. You're standing on..." Suddenly, the ground beneath the girl's feet collapses and Admin falls into a pit trap. You look up and scan the horizon for spiders, but see nothing. You cross the pit using a tree branch and reach the other side safely.
Admin just Admin fell into the trap and then that's it. Like that character's gone.
I want to see if we can come up with something else other than a... Oh no! Oh dear, that was unfortunate. We're not gonna save them? Olive the Bard. Who's Olive the Bard?
I guess that's our NPC companion.
If we could find the children's mother, she will probably know what has happened to them. Maybe we should go in the hole. Get the girl.
Well, now one child is taken by a spider and another child is swallowed by the earth. Tublin shrugs. Okay, Olive. You go look for the girl. Me and Admin will go for the spider. Tublin hopes Olive gets sucked into the earth as well. Olive begins to walk towards the village, while Admin and Tublin walk in the opposite direction. Eventually they reach the lair of the giant spider, which is blocked by a large web.
Admin says, "I think the girl fell onto a giant slide."
Completely safe.
Within minutes, the spider has arrived. Okay, so here's the plan, says Dublin. You distract the spider by squirting water in its eyes, and I will run in and stab it. That sounds like a good plan. Trog, you should look at our Discord. There's a message. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Maybe, yeah. Tublin seems very sure of this plan. He hands Admin a little squirt bottle. Just hit it with this. This will definitely work. Tublin gets into position. Admin runs forward and squirts water in the spider's eyes, but not before stepping into a sticky strand of web. The spider grabs hold of him and puts him in his mouth while Tublin runs in and stabs it multiple times. So, I mean, it sounds like the plan kind of worked, just not in the way that it was meant to. What is this? This is AI Dungeon, a game, online. Tublin's, yeah, it added a letter.
Admin uses his powers to fold himself like a piece of paper in an attempt to escape the spider's mouth. With seconds to spare, Admin folds himself up like a piece of paper and slips out the spider's mouth. He quickly unfolds himself and runs off. I hope you are not dead, says Tublin as he continues stabbing.
Tublin is nothing without his sidekick, Admin. If Admin were to perish, then he would have to get a new sidekick with a better name. He finishes stabbing the spider many times until it's dead. Tublin walks over to the dead spider and pulls his sword out of its body. Ha, he says. Let's go find Olive and the children. The adventurers walk across the plain until they reach a village. I feel like this is one of the few times in AI Dungeon where, like, a plan just works completely.
Trying to think about this one.
It's very important. Could affect the all of the story. It could end. Like I said earlier, it's like an old school adventure game. If you make a wrong decision early on, you could soft lock yourself later.
As the adventurers return to the village, they walk across the hole the little girl fell into. Admin inspects the hole carefully with the suspicion that it may have been an underground slide. Okay, it just ignored
It just
me.
completely ignored you.
However, upon closer inspection, it appears that the girl has fallen down a hole. Quickly, we must find the children! Screams Tublin. As you walk through the village, you realize nobody is here. Then you hear a cry. Ah, bird.
Tublin says, I can't believe the entire kid nation is empty. Where have the children gone? He begins looking for more evil holes. You hear a cry in a nearby house. You rush into the house and find a baby in a cot. However, you are attacked by the baby's mother, who resembles a human-lion hybrid.
What the fuck?
I don't know, I guess I did just break into a house.
Without hesitation, Admin wave dashes up to the Chimera woman and lays his hands on her head, activating his abilities. He begins to fold her into a ball.
So you got, like, origami powers?
Like a piece of paper. The lion woman's children are in shock as they watch her being folded into a ball like a piece of paper.
Oh, shit.
Origami powers is what I'm going for.
Well.
What are we doing? Why did we just break? We hear a baby crying, a totally normal thing, and we break it.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, God. Don't worry, kids. Your mom's okay. She's just a ball now.
Tublin is doing the right thing. He knows it. He grabs the woman lion ball and dunks it. Tublin throws the lion woman into the nearby baby's cot. It is a beautiful shot.
Oh, that's incredible.
It's beautiful.
I wonder where Olive is.
Olive plays a lively tune on the lute. Slowly, the actually use the name. Slowly, the villagers of the Kid Nation emerge from their hiding places and begin to cheer for Tublin. Tublin, Tublin, Tublin. They chant in unison. Tublin has to wait his turn in the turn order for his chant. The Kid Nation hates adults, and they're very happy that their mom got turned into a ball and dunked.
Admin does a dance to impress the children of the Kid Nation as part of this mass celebration. Admin dances around in circles until he gets dizzy. The children laugh and clap at the dancing dwarf. Olive begins a slow, soft piece on the lute to calm the mood. Do you think it, like, what we did was totally, like, expected and justified because we said Kid Nation, their enemy is adults?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Parents.
Tublin shows the children amazing, albeit unpracticed, knife tricks within dangerous proximity. The children watch with awe as Tublin juggles a few knives in hand, despite almost chopping off his fingers. They begin stabbing the knives into the table in front of him, still held at various heights. Look, like I said, Tublin is the exact opposite of Bowhaver. He does not fear anything, even things that he should.
Oh, wait, Olive's a player?
Olive breaks out into a wild lute solo. Never has Tublin seen such song and dance. Never has anyone in the village seen such a song and dance. The villagers are entranced by Olive's playing. The children sing along. Who's Olive? Olive is a bard.
Admin asks if any of the children would like to be folded for fun. He reassures them that it's painless and easy. I want to be folded. Beckons the children over to him. Dublin places one hand on the child's head while the other hand is ready to perform the technique. Hold on, let me just change the name to
Yeah, it shouldn't be Dublin.
I'm gonna press enter.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
I should warn you that it's going to be tickly, but don't worry, you'll soon be safe in my hands. The child giggles as Admin folds him up.
This is getting weird.
The child is now a triangle. Thank you for being patient with me, says the child. I'll be out in an hour. The child walks over to the lute player, taps him on the shoulder, and whispers some instructions into his ear. What? What's he saying to Olive?
Tublin, not wanting to be upstaged, begins juggling larger and larger sharp implements at increasing speeds. Tublin, no! Screams Olive. Tragically, one of the knives swerves off course and slashes open the side of Olive's face. The music stops abruptly as Olive falls to the ground. Tublin, no! Olive gets back up. I'm alright, Olive says as Olive starts playing the triangle. Again! But Olive's ear is now on the side of the triangle instead of the front. Maybe it's for the best, Olive whispers to you. It was getting in the way of my playing.
I won't be shown up. Admin begins to fold many of the children very quickly. Unfortunately, this can't last, and eventually he begins to make mistakes, perforating bodies and making children into terrible body.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
That's so funny.
A group of these children surround Tublin and begin stabbing him with the knives he was juggling.
I couldn't read that. It was too funny. Why are they doing that? We need to get out of here. The Kid Nation is falling.
Kid Nation is getting fucking crazy. Tublin yells, ouch, ouch, back, foul child. He punctures a child's forehead and it begins to deflate. After a few minutes of struggle, it is clear that he is lost. He was a very good sport about the whole thing. The children quickly surround you. You are next to be folded, they say in unison.
Oh my god.
Olive laughs his ass off at Tublin's predicament. But then the children surround him, quickly stabbing him with their little hands. They follow up by stabbing you as well. Does this end it? You are next to be folded. I feel like anytime we do an AI dungeon story where there's like a group of kids involved, they're always like evil demons.
They very easily can get pushed into that.
Yeah.
Like, takes almost nothing.
For sure. This is how being a kid is. Sometimes you join the Kid Nation and I can't even describe what's happened. I don't even know. I mean, I do know, but I can't recount it. Kids love nothing more than mass-coordinated violence. Yeah. Kids are little
Admin harnesses
psychopaths.
his strongest power and runs up to Olive and Tublin, instantly folding them into wild-sized trapezoids. He clenches them in both his fists and begins to run from the Kid Nation horde, ready to unleash hell upon Garav for stealing his students. But to his surprise, the children give up the pursuit almost immediately. Garav must have commanded them to do so.
Who's Garav?
I'm gonna reroll that just because I don't know what the fuck Garav is. Jumping on his trampoline and using his fencing sword as a vaulting pole. The pursuing children try to jump on the trampoline to no avail. Unable to reach the necessary height, they all fall off and break their little necks.
Oh no. We've brought ruin to the Kid Nation.
Jesus. Do I have I'm not really a clown. I don't know what my character is.
You're a mime.
The fact that I have a trampoline, I guess. I'm just like an entertainer, I guess.
Tublin and Olive are unfolded by admin a bit later. I think that went well, Tublin tells the other two. It did, Olive concurs. Tragically, a freak accident occurs. Wait, tragically, a freak accident causes all three of them to be folded and unfolded into a million little pieces. Is this the end? It sure is. Thanks for playing. I'm gonna re-roll that.
That's funny, but I'm not ready to stop.
No. Yeah, it turned out good, Olive says. Great, admin acts. All right, yeah, all right. We did it. Olive punches admin in the nose. This NPC's got some shit. I can't be folded. My loot playing is too good. Olive picks up his loot and jumps into the ocean. I'm sorry. Well.
Oh, wait, it just started loading. Did someone press enter?
I didn't press anything.
Admin and Olive get in a fist fight for the next 2 hours until the time begins to come in. We need to collect Olive from the water, Admin says. I agree, Olive says.
Okay. What a damn story.
Admin forgives Olive for her transgressions and begins to pull her out of the ocean onto the shore. Thank you, Admin. You're welcome, Olive. Admin hugs Olive and they live happily ever after. Hold on. It's trying to end the story. I'm sorry, Olive. I forgive you. Tublin laughs as the three of you sit on the beach and build sandcastles for the rest of the day.
I feel like that is pretty accurate to how this adventuring party would be, you know?
Admin says, shouldn't you treat those child stab wounds? I'm fine, Olive says. Okay. The next few weeks are spent having a good time in the sand and sun. Well, I want to reroll that. The evening turns to night, then to morning, then to evening, then to night again. Then suddenly, the children have surrounded the camp, and they want their triangle and their loot back.
Wait, were those loners?
Olive stole them.
Olive stole them? Okay, let's see. What the fuck? I literally keep forgetting that my name is Tublin. I like have to think about what this character's name is. Tublin doesn't seem phased. Ah, don't forget, Admin and Olive. We cannot be harmed as long as I hold this mystic crystal. Tublin holds up a tiny crystal, but then drops it, and it shatters into a million pieces. Oh god, oh no. All three of you are quickly surrounded and stabbed to death. I should probably re-roll that. Shouldn't I?
Wait, what happened?
Tublin begins to weep as a dozen 12-year-old barbarians jump out of the bushes and begin stabbing and clubbing all three of you to death. Well,
you shouldn't have shattered the crystal. You fucking... Olive, do something. We gotta get out of this.
Olive takes out a trumpet and starts playing with wild abandon. One of the children is blown backwards by the force of the trumpet. Stop it, he says, but Olive just keeps playing. The children pause, not knowing whether to stab you, grab the trumpet, or run away. Oh my god. I can't believe it.
Admin folds himself into the shape of a scary dragon, hoping the children are dumb enough to be frightened by this facade. The children grab Olive and fold her into a cube. Double runs away with his arm splitting. Trying to punch one of the children, but you miss and hit another one instead.
Wait, so you throw a punch at one, but you miss, but it's okay because you just hit another one.
The fucking... I hate that the children learned the art of folding from me.
They saw you do it. It's like fucking like Seth from Street Fighter or something.
You children have taken my folding art. Now I shall take it back. You grab a nearby tree and quickly fold it in the shape of a gun. You point it at the enemy and it explodes on impact. The children panic and flee, thinking you can kill them with ease. Okay, we've scared them off. I think we're good now.
Tublin returns. Hey guys, I just want you to know I wasn't scared, okay? Wow, Olive says, somehow unfolding herself. That was really dumb. I know, you admit, but it's done now. Olive laughs and plays a song on her lute.
I forgot that the children folded her into a cube.
Yep. I like how it's just like somehow unfolding herself. Like even the story isn't gonna explain it.
I like that it understands my power, but
yeah,
it's like
it does.
If the
Olive asks Admin to fold a plane so he can fly away from the Kid Nation to the Ruby Palace of the Child King. Why should I? Admin snaps. You just destroyed my folding art career. But you can still fold planes, Olive says desperately. Please, please do it for me.
Alright, I'll try something.
We have to go to the Ruby Palace of the Child King. I thought the Kid Nation was just a improperly named village. I didn't know it was an actual nation with like a governing body.
Going back, I'm gonna be done with these fucking kids.
No, we gotta go fight the Child King.
Admin has never made a plane before, let alone tried to fly. He's unsure if it is safe to attempt, but he decides to give it a try at least to see if it can be done. He grabs a few trees and folds them into a makeshift plane. Everyone get in, he says. This could be dangerous. You, Olive, and Tublin climb aboard the makeshift plane.
Cool.
This... I feel like this AI Dungeon story is, like, really coherent.
Yeah.
It's like letting it want.
It's bizarrely coherent. Suspiciously coherent. Tublin is on their way to the Ruby Palace of the Child King. He can see it in the distance, shimmering in all its glory. I hear if you defeat the Child King's riddle, you will receive a single wish, he tells his compatriots. Olive turns to you. Let's make a deal. We must work together, okay? Okay, you say. Great, Olive says.
Okay.
Okay. Doesn't really have anything to do with what I was talking about. Olive writes the Song of Intelligence to aid in the upcoming battle. Tublin flies the plane towards the palace. Of course, the palace begins to fire cannonballs and arrows at the little plane. Those are some hostile monarchs, Olive complains, dodging a cannonball. What is this, a fucking Marvel movie? We're doing quips now? Yeah, it's the International Song of Peace. I can't wait to solve the Child King's riddle. I simply must know what it is.
Admin does his best to dodge the oncoming fire from the Ruby Palace, but the Song of Intelligence distracts his piloting efforts. A cannonball pierces one of the folded wings, causing it to turn back into a tree. The plane begins to spin out right in the direction of the Ruby Palace. "Turn us around!" Olive yells. "I'm trying," Tublin says, struggling to turn the plane around as it spirals out of control. We have, like, 3 flight sticks? Do we all
controlling it at the same time? I know what to do.
It reminds me of, like, you ever go on, like, a ride in an amusement park that's like a go-kart when you were a kid, where, like, there's a steering wheel for the parent and then there's, like, a fake steering wheel for the kid. Have you ever seen that?
Say it again.
Have you ever, like, when you were a kid, did you ever go go-karting and, like, get one of those, like, dual-seated go-karts where, like, there's a second steering wheel for the kid that doesn't actually do anything?
No. I have never...
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I used to have that when I was a little... You know, I have no idea who Olive is. I'm kind of shocked that it's not like Scorpy typing in, suddenly Freddy Krueger appears. Like, they're actually playing. So, whoever Olive is, thank you for playing with us and being cordial.
Tublin is shocked because the plane manages to crash land directly in the Child King's throne room. He jumps up from the wreckage, ready to take on the monarch's mind challenge. Tublin pulls a briefcase out of his pocket. "I was saving this for later," he says, "but this might help." He hands you a glittering gemstone the size of your fist. "Who?" Should I
Another,
re-roll
guess
that, or is
oh.
it... I don't know who I'm
No, I
handing
like
it
that.
to.
Like, I like that because like it's another one of Tublin's famous gemstones.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what Tublin does.
Olive takes out an electric guitar and asks the Child King for the ultimate riddle. Greetings, King Mentalo. The small king begins. We are here to defeat you by answering your riddle. If you answer correctly, we may leave. What is the... Olive takes a deep breath.
What? Olive is asking the king. I don't understand.
I don't understand. That one might need a reroll. I don't know what...
That's funny. I'm gonna reroll it for Olive. If you can answer it, the trio may leave with the wish. Tublin, Olive, and you jump out of the plane and start running towards the palace. That is also going to get rerolled. He looks at you blankly. I'm the Child King, he says. Demand something of me, and I will demand something of you. Whoever makes the poorer offer pays a terrible price. He smiles smugly.
All right, this is it. This is the mind challenge of the Child King.
All right, you gotta win this.
I don't know what this means, but... Whoever makes the poorer offer pays a terrible price. Huh. I have no idea. It is pretty good that the Child King refers to themselves as the Child King. Like they're not like King something. They are the Child King. You know, I've never read Lord of the Flies.
Solve this puzzle. He will simply wait to hear the king's demand first, then demand the king give them 1 million crystals and gems and coins and swords. Then when the Child King pays, Olive will simply say, sounds like I paid the price for your offer, and leave. Of course, you're more than happy to pay a fortune to make the young king... I'm gonna re-roll that.
Yep, that's a confusing one.
Olive begins to play the song she wrote on her lute, but quickly realizes it isn't helping. The king's eyes glaze over as he begins to fall into a deep trance, clearly not interested in her music.
Well, if we put the Child King to sleep, I'm not sure that counts as defeating his riddle.
Hold on, I want to do something. I'm gonna, like, change it. So, the king begins his offer, his demand. You must give... What is going on? I demand you get... Wait, hold on. The king begins his demand. You must give me... Olive interrupts him. I demand you give me 1 million. Olive looks around the king's throne room. Coins made of gold.
Wow, great.
Surprised but begins to laugh. I'm gonna get her.
All right.
Well, all of you might have fucked this up. That's a laughable offer. My palace compared to yours is worth 10 million gold coins. You won't get very far with my demands. Better think of something else. Tublin grows enraged.
Okay.
Do you want to take your turn or?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my turn. Tublin grows enraged.
All of you fucked up my fucking plan. My favorite thing about that is how, like, Olive looks around the room and it's like, I've got it. Coins of gold. Like, that's not the most obvious answer.
Tublin begins jumping up and down. I wish for the power to control whether or not people can eat food. The Child King looks perturbed. You will regret your choice. You didn't leave me with many options, Bandy Man.
Bandy Man?
What does that mean?
All right, Olive.
Bandy
That's great.
Man.
I don't know.
Olive rubs her chin, and then a light bulb appears next to her head. She tells the king about the riddle of the Sphinx and its builder. If he cannot answer the riddle, they will become the ruler of the land of Giza. She looks smugly at the king and begins to count down from 10. There's like so many riddles going on right now. I'll get the admin and bandyman you forever. Nice.
The king begins to sob. A counter riddle? You can't do this to me! You will not! The sound of a sword being drawn angrily interrupts him. XD lol JK! The king screams through tears, pulling out a small gold sword. Ask your riddle, you terrible tyrant!
XD LOL JK.
Olive begins the riddle.
If
I have no hands and no eyes and no mouth and no nose and no voice and no body, what am I?
That's a terrible riddle. You're a lot of things. You're like every inanimate object.
The king ponders this for a moment. Suddenly they grin and begin their answer. You're wrong! Olive screams. The king stops being terrified. What do you mean? Was that not the answer to your riddle? They ask. I think Olive should reply there.
Olive says no and starts whacking the king over the head with the guitar. They begin screaming and Tublin suddenly bursts into hysterical laughter. The Ruby Palace has never seen such a battle, with the Child King being murdered by Olive's electric guitar. Eventually she stops, having ripped the Child King a new behind.
What? Wait. Hold on. Olive says no and starts whacking the king with the guitar.
I know what to do.
The Child King being murdered. Why did Olive do that? The whole point was we just killed him. If you thought the Child Nation was angry.
Tublin stands triumphantly. I guess that Child King was no match for the power of music. He sits in the throne. This is mine now. Olive looks around. Who knows what other treasure is hidden in this palace, she says. We should probably search it when we have time. Olive, you killed a child? Olive puts the 10 million gold coins in her inventory for safekeeping.
No, that was the net worth of the palace.
You wander through the palace, fighting of stray monsters. Eventually, you make it to the treasure room. There is a massive amount of gems and gold here. This is too much for us to take back. Olive is unhinged, you're right.
Admin says, why did we do that? Weren't we here to get a wish? The Kid Nation won't have us just murdering their king. Tubba looks around nervously. How are we going to get out of here? We made so much noise. There's no way the nation doesn't know we're here. Let's go.
Tublin looks at Admin. Haha, just kidding. I'm never scared. Also, I wished in my head for Olive to kill the Child King with a guitar, so I guess it came true. It's been 2 weeks since the three of you wiped out the nation of the Kid Nation. Olive was right. No one really seemed to notice or care. Tublin is king now and rules with an iron fist.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I did it. Olive sings an ode to the new king. Everyone loves it. Life is good for you as a singer for the new king. He pays you very well, and nobody ever says no to him, probably because of that permanent grin on his face that makes him look like a psychopath. Truly the 100% opposite character of Bohaber. Tublin got all the good genes. Bowhaver got all the bad genes. That's how it goes.
Abnett has taken his place as the king's right-hand man and advisor. King Tublin, what shall we name our new nation? All of our subjects are still children is the thing, but we can't be the kid nation anymore, yes? What shall we be called? Tublin smiles and thinks for a moment. Call it the Everything Nation.
What a terrible name. Oh.
Not great, but okay.
The Everything Nation.
What are you doing, Olive asks when you see you writing in the notebook. Hey, that's my job. No, not really. Hold on, I'm gonna roll that. That's nothing. As you ponder what to call the Everything Nation, Olive speaks up. You know what we should call this place? Let me guess, Admin says the Everything Nation. As I enter. I was just like, yeah. We were just talking about it. Call it the Ruby Kingdom, Olive says. The land of red and the king of red. She winks at you.
Why? Why'd you wink?
Ultimately, it's Tublin's decision, and it's your turn.
Yeah. Tublin bangs his scepter on the ground. I changed my mind. We're called Tubland now. I decree it. The Everything Nation becomes Tubland, and Olive moves into the palace to be with you. Every day is a carnival, every night is a rave. Nothing bad can ever happen in Tubland. Until one day. Olive finds a little red gem laying in the middle of the street. Honey, what's this? She asks you.
All right, Olive, what is it?
Is that Tubland propaganda? Yeah, probably. Olive says, never mind. She says, I wonder what happened to the child queen. You see the headlines of the newspaper in the Everything Mart. Ruby gems found in Everything Mart. It's official. Maybe a little over 90,000 words. Thanks for playing.
What? Hold on. What do we do with that? Should we re-roll that, or?
Yeah. Though I will say, I do need to wrap up the stream here.
The two of you walked to where the Kid Nation once was, but there's nothing there but a crater. You both stare at the huge hole in the ground. Where do you think they went? Olive asks. What does that mean?
Where did they go?
Where are the Kid Nation? You shrug and put the red gem in your pocket. You never know. For the last time, I'm not putting honey on my food, you say. You look up at the palace. I love you.
I'm saying I love you to the palace. Yeah, this is a great story. I do have to wrap it up in a bit because I gotta make dinner.
We have everything we could ever want here in Tubland. These kids love their new king. So what do we call ourselves now, you ask?
Oh
Let's stick with the Everything Nation. Hold on. Fuck that.
Cyclical conversation.
You see the hundreds of children fawning all over Tubland. He sits on his throne.
His throne? The wrong kind.
Throne. Grinning at his new subjects. The kingdom has been renamed Tubland. Hold on. Tubland's first major decree as king is to
I outlaw parents.
Ban sugar from the kingdom. He believes it to be the cause of all unhappiness. Tubman looks over at you. He holds out his head. Come, he says. Let's go do something fun. Hold on.
Strange.
Do you think it's a good idea to ban sugar in a kingdom where every citizen is a child? I think that will go over really fucking badly, sir. You leap off the balcony and land in the center of the courtyard. The children gather around you. Press enter. Today we're going to learn how to play hopscotch, you say. The children stare at you blankly. Isn't that a bit babyish? Olive asks. Someone else take a turn.
Yeah. Tubman does a jaunty dance, but the children are unimpressed. My laws are the best idea ever, he says as he's attacked by an angry mob of children. You're escorted out of the kingdom by guards. You never return.
Wait. No, I don't know about that. I say you re-roll, because what the fuck? Why would they do that? Why would they? I mean, I guess the guards are kids too.
Yeah.
So they would cause a coup.
Banning sugar from a kingdom made up entirely of children was a pretty stupid move, you say, as you knock the king unconscious. Now let's play hopscotch. I don't know who said that. Tubman didn't say that. Tubman is the king.
See what Olive does.
Olive tells Admin and Tubman to hold on to her, and she takes out her triangle. Olive plays the song of time travel to see what happens to the kingdom 2,000 years in the future. When you look at the future, it's always good to know where you came from, Olive says. You hold on to Olive as she begins to play her song, 2,000 years later. What's gonna happen in 2,000 years? The world is dead. All that remains of civilization are a few distant cities and a few hardy souls trying to cling on to the last remnants of what once was.
All of the children came with you. You forgot to shorten the reach of your spell. They're all here. Oh god.
Look, a lot can happen in 2,000 years.
No. You sit in a pile of corpses and bodies. This is what the humans have just turned everything into. All you wander around. Some of you playing games. Others just killing each other for fun. Oh god. We've just done like Lord of the Flies, but all the kids are sent to the future.
Oh, this seems bad, Tubman whispers. I should have wished for something better.
I wish it.
There is no better. You've seen this hell on Earth, and it's not worth living in. The Something Awful Omegathon finalists are already constructing for themselves a throne out of bones. Wait, I thought it was like gonna go off on a tangent.
Is that like I think that's like the name of like a bandit troop of children or something.
Something Awful Omegathon finalists. Oh my god. Well, Olive goes ting-ting on her triangle and tells all of the Something Awful kids to gather around and watch The Sopranos Season 3 on DVD. You sit around a campfire with your troll friends from Something Awful. It was then that you realized you had done the right thing all those years ago. After that, all you can remember is just laughter and happiness, nothing else. Well, not the most amazing ending, I suppose.
Kids remember that time you stole their loot in Triangle. That was so stupid, officers. I can't believe they fell for that. Yeah, you say your memories are mostly faded at this point. Good night. Okay, I guess this just is the end.
Every good story has to end sometime, and this is the time.
Every good story has to end sometime, but the ending isn't always good.
The ending isn't always good. Mr. Gaga
Mr.
appear.
Gaga
Oh no,
appeared.
not Mr. Gaga again.
Mr. Gaga. You wake up to see the Mother Gonda and a bunch of other people in spacesuits. Oh no.
All right. Oh, this is unseeable in this. You guys type around for a second. I'll be right back.
Look, a funny clown. It's Mr. Gaga. It's Mr. Gaga. You shout, we're saved. Mr. Gaga pulls out a blunderbuss and shoots Mother Gonda in the face twice. She falls to the ground dead instantly. Law number 1 of Tubland. Anyone who insults Mr. Gaga will be shot in the face twice and mourned for all of 5 minutes. The dead person was planning to release a virus that would wipe out the face of the earth anyway. Law number 2 of Tubland. Anyone who insults Ta will be shot in the face twice and kept alive for 5 hours while we figure out what to do with you. You let them live for 5 hours? I ask Mother Gonda. No, she says. No, Mother Gonda's dead.
Oh, the stream's still going? Okay, good. The stream didn't end while I was gone. Would have been weird, because it's my stream. The honest truth is, I drank like 6 glasses of water during this stream, and I had to pee so bad that I actually just had to get up and do it and not end the stream. But,
Anyone who looks at Mother Gonda funny shall immediately shut the fuck up and be filled with regret forevermore.
What is going on?
Olive is generating laws
Oh, I
of
see.
Tumblr.
I see.
Change it to Tumblr. Mother goddamn Gaga! Oh, we escaped.
Oh, we did it. Oh, okay. I guess we're all good now.
This is like the most incoherent list generating it's done. Don't fucking talk about the mission. When you're all back in the real world, you pack up your shit and leave. You get home and realize that you formed a strong bond with each other.
Well, that's nice.
Advin says, I love my best friends, Olive and Tubbin. Everyone in school hates you, but you don't care. You're together, and that's what's important. Well done. You beat this novel. Thanks for playing.
Hooray! We did it. That's
All right.
gotta be the end.
I'm gonna close it.
Yep. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. It was a good one. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. Those stories were, you know, I think that's good. The worst thing that can happen in AI Dungeon is, like, things getting too samey, but man, those stories were quite different from one another, so I don't feel like that was a problem. So, let's see. I'm gonna send you guys somewhere. I just need to figure out where I'm gonna send you to. Who's live? Vectroid is live. Yeah, why not? Let's go raid Vectroid. Seems fun, right? Does anybody remember? So there was something that happened in the story that somebody said would be a good raid message, but it's like already lost. Like I forgot my brain. Does anybody remember what that was? Let me scroll back up. No, it wasn't that. It was... Oh, I'm never gonna find it. Oh yeah, you are next to be folded. That's what it was. That's what it was. It was you are next to be folded. That's the raid message. Say it if you want, or don't. Doesn't matter. But yeah, thanks again. Thanks for everybody who followed and subscribed. I appreciate it. I'm gonna send you guys over there now. You guys have a good rest of your Friday. Go eat a pizza or something.